If you're an agency owner who's somewhere between the 7 and 12K mark a month, and you're feeling like you're stuck and you wanted to start a business, but somehow you are stuck in a place where it feels more like a job, that everything depends on you, your limited capacity, your stress, that quality may go down, and you're overwhelmed, wondering what's going to happen if you want to go on vacation, if you get sick, if you want to start a family. And so you're looking for a way to scale all the way to 20, 25, 30K a month. You would like to build a team. Maybe you're already working with some freelancers and you are already tired of client fire drills. So you definitely want to be able then to take some of your time back and scale your business. Well, this video is exactly for you. I'm going to walk you through the process on how exactly I manage to scale my agency. My name is Juan Guerra. I'm the founder of Scale Yard. And in a past life, not so long ago, I was growing a video agency. And we managed to reach 6 figures, making 30K months with a small team. But the biggest thing was that I developed systems that allow me to remove myself from client delivery, and that allow the business to scale while I got my time back. And therefore, fulfillment only took about 2 hours a week as I met with my project manager. And so if you're interested in how you can install these systems and what exactly are the problems that you need to be solving for your business, this is exactly what I'm going to be covering with this training. So let's take a look at the actual situation here. So let's say you want to scale to 30K month agency. Well, there are 4 core problems that I see across the board, and they have sort of different levels of intensity. And so the bigger this problem is, the smaller the business is. As little by little with time you start to solve these problems, then your business grows little by little. So basically you're sort of in a cycle where you constantly improve and improve and improve and improve these problems. So what exactly are these problems? Well, the first problem that we need to solve here is that the business is too complex to deliver world-class results. And maybe you're wondering, well, but come on, I know I'm good. I've been doing this for many years, and I know that we have really good results. Clients tell us all the time. Well, I'm going to go deep into each one of them, but I can tell you already that if every time you get a new client, if every client, every project feels like you're starting from scratch, well, you haven't specialized that much enough to be able to unlock the next layer of world-class results within your service. The next problem that we have to solve is actually the experience. So on the one side, we have the results that we can deliver, and we definitely want to be premium, world-class, guaranteed results. On the other side, we have the client experience. More and more with agencies getting commoditized, more people are starting their own agencies. There is AI, there is world-class competition. And so clients, they tend to expect results in general, from companies, and they hope that the company can deliver. But the thing that keeps them coming back is actually the experience. And so we want to solve this problem so that they stay longer with us. And that's how we actually scale. Acquiring new customers is challenging, it's hard, especially if we switch customers, but retaining the ones we have and keeping them coming back and getting them to refer us, it's crucial if you want to scale your agency. The next problem we have is actually positioning. And that is that positioning is not strong enough if, therefore, we are solving many complexes, many problems that are complex, and we're talking about different things all the time. It's really hard to position ourselves as the ideal solution to our customers, and therefore we are commoditized, we are generic, we end up competing in prices, we end up adapting and tailoring all our services to each customer just to make the sale, because it's better to have $1,000 than none, rather than the 3K that we normally charge, and so on. And so this is problem number 3. And once we have these three problems solved. If you have been in business for 2, 3, 4 years, you probably have already some freelancers, but maybe you have tried to build a team. And this is why people fail, agency owners fail with that transition to build the team. And this is the thing that I struggle with. And that is that there is no process to get anybody to perform within the business, meaning there is no clear way to onboard, train, but everything is more about on-the-job training. And so if this sounds familiar, if this is something that you're struggling, if you are that place where you're at the border and you want to hire, you know you need help, but you don't know how, this training is going to tell you exactly how to prepare your business so that you can bring people in and therefore scale. So let's go deep into each of these problems. Problem number one is that the business is too complex to achieve world-class results. And how do I know this? Well, when I first started the video agency, I started because I came across live video and I fell in love with the potential of it. I had been delivering workshops and trainings in different countries, and the idea of being able to broadcast the content to people online for me was fascinating, like how easy it was. And so this is back in 2016. And together with some friends, we decided to start this agency. Now, when we start and I start going out there and I start selling, I'm trying to communicate broadcasting an event. So basically, there's an event, we come with cameras and we broadcast it on social media like YouTube or Facebook, and people can watch the event. Well, as I talk to clients, they will be like, okay, great, but how many viewers do you guarantee? And so I would run, guys, we need to put together a campaign to promote. This is what people want. So now we start doing social media campaigns. Then the client like, well, you're with cameras, you're doing video. Can you also do an after movie? Yes, of course we can. Look, our partner, our sponsor also needs a company video. And like little by little, more and more services are being added. And so we did YouTube commercial, we did social media videos, we did explainer videos, we did testimonial videos, we did, even I moderated some live streams. And so I was producing, I was in front of the camera. And so there was a lot happening. Now, in my mind, originally, I would see more established companies, bigger companies, and they had all these different services. And so I thought that the way to grow the business was to, the client is king. Let's say yes, everything is around video. And so we are growing. We grow the portfolio of services. We grow the portfolio of clients that we can serve. But along the way, what I didn't realize is that this grew the business horizontally and made things really complex because the skills and the systems I needed to deliver a YouTube commercial are very different than the ones we need for broadcasting an event live on Facebook. They're completely different. The clients that buy it, the problem we're solving, the skills, like the processes, how we sell it, how we market it, like it is really different. So basically what I didn't realize is that every time I said yes to one of these projects, I was starting a whole new business. And so eventually I burn out and I say, screw it, there's no way I can scale this business. Like I'm involved, everything depends on me. It's too complex. I cannot be replaced unless it is experienced, experts, but they're too expensive. And so I went and played around with e-commerce for 6 months until I realized that the grass is always greener on the other side. I come back, but I come back with one condition. And I realized that we were not good at those things because that wasn't the idea why I started the business. So I said, I'm going to say no to everything that is not live video. This was my vision. This is why I started. This is the thing that we are optimized for. This is our competitive advantage. This is the thing that we're good at. And so I had to be realistic and say, no, we don't do these things anymore. And people will come to us and like, hey, you remember you did this after movie for us back in the day or this company video? Can you still do it? And I'm like, sorry, we don't do these things anymore. And so I was really focusing on broadcasting. And it wasn't so much about saying no to income, but it was more about replacing it and making sure then that I develop processes so that we would focus on broadcasting. And so now I had a focus and I was specializing on this particular problem that we're solving for a particular type of client. So now that we have an area, I feel like, okay, now let's sort of create some packages that we can sell to people and we can present to them. So we have the small one, the medium, the large one. And as I talk to people, I realize a couple of things. First, I'm still adapting these packages to each customer. It's like, hey, can we take this thing from this one, but can we use that thing from the other one? And so you're constantly adapting and redesigning, and that still creates a lot of complexity because it makes it hard to sell. It lowers the value because now it's the client like choosing and making their own budget, and like you have packaged them in a particular way for some pricing, and so that created a lot of complexity. But the next thing, and the biggest reason why for me was a red flag regarding packages and why I needed to eliminate them, was that I realized that clients, they're not experts, and so they're coming to you for your expertise, and they expect you to guide them and help them achieve the vision they have. And so they come with a very narrow vision of what the problem is, and they assume that they know what they need to solve it. And so when clients see this and they evaluate what you have done based on the results that you're sharing and what you're talking about. So the thing is that this small package, in order to justify a lower price, we need to bring down the quality of the results on purpose so that we can say, okay, this is lower price. You get this type of results compared to this one that is the big one and has these results. Well, clients are going to see those results, and they're not going to think that this client bought, maybe they have a smaller budget and they bought the smaller package. No, they're going to think that this is the best we can do. These are the results that they will get if they work with us. They're not going to understand and take the time to think about this little thing. And I realized this is because people started coming to us and they start saying, hey, we want what you did for X person. We want what you did for our friend. We want what you did for X event. And so I realized that no, we need to eliminate these packages. This makes no sense. And what we need is one signature offer, but this is premium. You're just going to take we are the experts. We know what the client wants and we know how to deliver that. So this is what we're going to sell them. And we're going to sell them something that when they buy it, they feel that results are guaranteed, that they don't need to compromise, that they have a smaller budget or they do these things. No. This is what you're looking for. This is what you want. This is how much it costs to get that done. And so what we had to focus on is, okay, how do we make this happen? We have all this expertise. We have all these different things that we're doing. How do we turn this into a signature offer designed to guarantee results? And well, in this case, as I look around and I explore what can we do, I came across a concept called productized service. And the way it works is that on the one side, you have a tailored service, which is custom. Everything is for each individual. Everything changes each time and so on. On the other side, we have a product, and that is fixed. It's done. You cannot change it. This is what you get. Like you buy an iPhone, that's how it is. And so what the productized service does is that it takes elements from the product concept like SaaS and applies them to service. But the difference with SaaS is that SaaS is just full software, and in our case we are implementing it with people. So but in this case we sort of move away so much from the agency side and we become more of a service business. So just like if you get locked out and you hire a locksmith, that locksmith is not going to come and say, okay, I have this package or that package. I don't know, just get the door open, right? And so this is what we wanted. We wanted that when people work with us, they feel like, oh my God, thank God I found you. You're going to solve my problem. I can stop worrying now. This was the idea. And so this is what we developed as a productized signature offer. And so what exactly is this? Well, it's a done-for-you B2B premium service. So you're not going to now start offering coaching, courses. Like maybe you're doing this already because this is a natural transition. When you reach capacity, you feel like, okay, to go to the next level, you need to sell some courses and coaching. I went through that and I also tried that and it didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work is because when you're selling a done-for-you service and you already are somewhere above the 5.5K for that done for you all the way to 15. Like if you're above 20K, that's too tailored, too custom. You're going to be stuck doing this. But if you're somewhere between the 7 to 15K, this is optimal place because here you are dealing with somebody that has money and they want to throw money at a problem to have it solved. And so what happens is that when you have a coaching or a course, these people don't care. They don't want to learn how to do what you do. They just want their problem solved. They just want to pay somebody and have it done. And so here is the thing, like, you think that you're having a course to sell to the people that don't have the budget. No, what you want to do is actually double down on getting more of the people that have the budget. And you do that with a premium service that it becomes a no-brainer for them to work with you. And you present this as something that is fixed in scope and in price, because this is a solution. It's the solution that you need for the problem you have. And so this is basically paid in advance, just like a product, just like when you buy tickets to go somewhere. That's a service. You buy the plane tickets already in advance, or the tickets to a concert. Like, it's the same way. And so why? Because they're buying the result. And this is designed to solve a previously defined problem that the client has. So in our case was the client needs to broadcast their event online. Well, this is what they're hiring us for. Now, just to simplify it a little bit here. It's designed for one type of customer, but the biggest thing here is actually the problem that we're solving. Because even if you have niche down and you say, I'm only going to focus on the pharma industry, if that problem that you solve within that industry constantly changes, then it is really, really still too complicated. What you want is to have a signature offer that is designed to solve one problem, and you just sell that over and over and over. And then you can have an upsell for your current customers to continue to buy from you. But what you don't want is to continuously create a new signature offer and something else and so on. So this is designed for one type of customer, and it delivers the same outcome for everybody. So this way you can focus on selling the same thing over and over and over, so that you can actually improve results. You're not starting from scratch every project. You're actually building upon the last project. And therefore, that's how you are able to get really, 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 really good. You can obsess about the results that you can deliver for people. And that's how you get world-class results. It is estimated, or somewhere I read once, that in Japan, in order to become a sushi maker, you spend 5 years learning how to cook just rice. Mastery takes time. Like, I see it very often. People like, no, I do design, and so I cover these different areas. Every time you cover a different area, you're constantly learning. So you learn many things, and you're competing with somebody who's now mastering one thing. Like, it's just becomes a specialist. It's basically going from being the general doctor that earns good, but is a general doctor, to the neurosurgeon that specializes on sports injuries, for example. And that's the person that becomes the go-to expert. If you're an athlete, that's the person that you go to. Or the neurosurgeon that specializes on car accidents. And so if you had a car accident, this is the person that you go to. That's who we want to become. Why? Because customers today, with AI, lack of trust, they want to go with the expert. They don't want to work with somebody that is learning. Let me experiment. Let me take your money to learn and do a tailored service that I've never done before. That is stressful for you. The clients don't want this. Quality clients, they want to buy a solution. They want to make sure they rather pay a little bit more, but they know that the problem is going to be solved. And so that's where we're going after. Problem number 2, the experience isn't remarkable enough to keep customers coming back. And basically here, what happens is that we have leads coming in, and maybe we meet somebody in an event, then we go for coffee, and then we deliver something using a particular tool. Then somebody is a referral, and we jump on a Zoom call, and then we sell them, I don't know, branding and design. And the other one was packaging. Then we have an email that comes through, somebody sends us a message, and we sell them. Also, we go for coffee, and then we sell them something completely different. Then we have another referral, but now this person, we just chat per email, and then they pay, and then they get something else. And so when we have this, we have a problem. And that is that on the one side, every time a new client comes in, or every client has a completely different experience than the one before, which means that next time they come to work with us, that experience is going to be very different. And then the other thing here is that because everything is constantly changing, everything depends on you, and that means that you are the system. The reason why we're completely comfortable walking into McDonald's, whether you are in New York, in Tokyo, in Paris, is because we know exactly how that experience looks like. We know how to buy, we know what to order, and we know exactly how it's going to taste. And we have an idea of how much it's going to cost. Like, just because of that is the whole reason why we're completely okay to go to McDonald's in those places, even though it may not be the best tasting burger, but it's designed for the situation in which we want it, and we know the experience. And so this is what we also need to do. If that constantly changes, if that person tries with us once again, it is really hectic. We're all over the place. It's really hard to provide a unique experience. And maybe you know this already, where where you're fulfilling clients, but you're not happy with the level of quality that you're providing because you feel all over the place and you're so spread. Like, this takes your attention away and it brings down the quality of the experience, and therefore they don't recommend you. Maybe they're nice with you and they enjoy that experience, but we're building a business. And so what we need to do here is really go ahead and define, so that we can go from being the system to running a system. We want to define one marketing channel, we want to have one conversion process, like one sales process, and we want to have one fulfillment system. And once we figure that out, we just rinse, repeat, and improve. Rinse, repeat, and improve. And that way, customers keep coming back because they like the experience they had. They know what it's going to be like. They know what to expect. And then when they want to recommend us, they know how the experience of that person is going to be. And so it makes it really easy for them also to send people our way, but also it allows us then to identify how can we make this experience more remarkable, when we can add some aha moments, how can we turn things around. And so how do we solve this is not only we streamline and we define one experience, but we want to go and move away from having millions of tools to having everything in one place when it comes to managing the clients and delivering the projects. And so that means that if you're using Trello, if you're using Notion, if you're using Asana, if you're using ClickUp, like if you're using all these tools and then you need Slack to talk to the customers, or you're using email, like you want to eliminate these things. Notion is really good, but when it comes to scaling and bringing people in, it's not designed for that. It was designed for note taking and for your personal use. Trello is nice, but then when it comes to bringing customers to track boards and so on, like you need to create too many boards, so you cannot bring them into one general board. Like I know that because I tried those tools. And what worked for me was actually a tool called Basecamp. And in Basecamp, I was able then to have coordination. So I see the big picture of all the pipeline. Like I know then what project is in what week, what needs to happen each week, what has been done, what is missing. And so I'm having the full picture, like what project comes in next, which one is already within 4 weeks, which one we're delivering this week, which one was delivered last week, what needs to happen, and so on. And so I have the big picture. And so when I was meeting with my project manager, we just go through that. We have collaboration, so then we can collect things from the customer. We can clarify. They can provide us materials. We don't need to go like, it's in this email, they're uploaded to this form, or they have it on this Google Drive. Like, this is too complicated. We want to have a replicable system. We have templates, and we just build upon. And then we have communication in one place, so that everything we can track it and we can see who said who to what, and that way we have one place of communication. Like if somebody goes on vacation, if somebody gets sick, if you are not there, you can still see what is happening. Many times agency owners tell me that they are a bit afraid that a freelancer will try to steal a customer away, or they want to monitor everything that everybody's saying. Like here you can still have control and have an overview without having everything run through you. And this is how now you set things up for you to get out of client fulfillment and have everything in one place. And so the ultimate thing here is really evaluate every decision based on its impact on customer experience, and whether it is like, oh, how do we manage scope creep, and we need to list all these things that they need to pay. If this happens, then you have 2 reviews and so on. Like, just charge more, make it a premium experience, and you're going to work with better clients, and you have more of a peace of mind, and it's better for them to keep coming back and referring you, and you earn a little bit more. Like, evaluate every decision based on its impact on customer, and use software to have leverage. Problem number 3, positioning is not strong enough to be seen as a go-to expert. And you're going to see now that basically problem 1, 2, and 3 are basically correlated. Like once you go into the signature offer that you sell over and over, then you can start improving your fulfillment and the experience. And now you can start improving your marketing, your messaging, and therefore positioning yourself as the go-to expert. And so up to this point, if you keep selling a different service each time and everything keeps changing, you're going to be one more because people don't know what to recommend you. You're the video guy, you're the branding person, but you're not that person positioning in their minds as the go-to expert for one thing. And so you're just one more. You then therefore need to be commoditized pricing, and you're in a very bad place. So what we want to do is not necessarily just specialize. That is going to be good. That's going to help you, go beyond niching down, specialize on solving a problem. But you want to make sure that you also adapt your sales process and your marketing to be aligned with that specialization. If you have a signature offer, but you still sell tailored services, then you're going to ruin everything else that you have done. And so you want to focus and adapt your messaging to make it hard for them to compare. You want to position yourself uniquely in the market that they cannot find other solutions. And the way we do that is by then we solve a bigger problem for customers. What normally happens is that in a funnel, we have leads coming in, and whether it is a referral, whether it is outbound messaging, an offline event, and so on. Somebody's going to book a call, you're going to jump on a call, and in that call, what you want, normally clients, they feel that they understand their problem and they have a very small view of what is required to solve that problem. They're not experts, they don't know, they think that this is what you need. And so in that call, what you want is to take a big look at the big picture and see where you're coming in so that you can understand what it is that they're actually trying to achieve and therefore why they thought they need you. Most of the agency owners or freelancers that I see, they're talking about the particular area that they focus on. So if you're in video, it's like, okay, you want 1 camera, 2 cameras, and something like. Or if you're in branding, it's like, okay, these are the deliverables. You have this website. This is what I'm going to do. This is how many reviews you get. No, all these things are going to make it really easy for them to compare you to everybody else out there. And that is actually not the reason that they're looking for you. And so we want to, in this call, we want to understand what is it that they want to achieve and how then are we coming into the picture to help them achieve that. So you want to take a step back and position yourself as the solution for the thing that they're trying to achieve. So in our case, when they're looking to broadcast an event, well, why do you want to broadcast? What is the point of going live, broadcast this event online? It's like, well, we want to position ourselves in the area, in the region. There's a lot of people that don't fit, and we want to show them our event so that they come next year. Okay, so now we're coming in as a strategic partner to help them achieve that. Okay, then we can shape things in a way that we can create content that can help you later after the event in attracting and position yourself so that more and more people can engage with you and not just one time thing. You see where I'm going with this? So this is how you position yourself, and then you have the materials that are supporting this. And because we sell a product, we don't need to be adapting this proposal each time. We're just evaluating in this call if our solution will fit what they're looking for, and then we can already pre-sell them on the call, and then we sell them the proposal, they pay, and we can get started. And so focus on selling them a product, not a service, and align yourself with the bigger goal that they're trying to achieve, and align your message so that they position you in their minds as the ideal solution for this type of customer, for this particular problem, who's looking to achieve this one thing. When you do that, and then everything else that you do is around this, then you are positioning yourself. I had many clients that we are about to close the deal, and they tell me, look, we got different proposals from these other clients, these other companies who we know better, are bigger, but they do too many things, and they just basically saw me as the ones that have the ideal solution with the ideal process for them. So basically we became low risk, even though we were the smaller company that is less known brand and less products. Actually, we had the product that they were looking for, and we minimize the risk. And this is over and over what I hear now from our customers as we help them simplify their portfolio and develop that signature offer, that they're winning deals and projects over more established companies because their customers see them with the ideal solution to the problem. And problem number 4. So once we have those 3 things, there's going to be an alignment here. And the next thing is now to start building a team so that you can have the leverage and start transitioning out of client fulfillment. If you need help right now, you have tried to hire some people and it hasn't worked for you, it's basically because you don't really have a process to get people to perform within your business. And what happens is that you're so busy and so overwhelmed, and everything that you do is still not clear enough that you just like want to get somebody to help you out, and then you're going to do some on-the-job training, little by little, delegating stuff to them and so on. What happens is not like that. What happens is that, oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. I cannot believe that you love accounting. I cannot believe that you do these things. And you just dump things on them, and then you hope that they perform. But these, even if there is a magical way where this person manages to build some kind of systems and so on, it's really, really hard for them to perform. Why? Because of the way that companies grow. We go from normally being 1 person to being 3, 10, 30, 100, 300, 1,000, and so on. And this was something that the founder of the Japanese Amazon called Rakuten was talking about when it comes to scaling a business. And basically, in the very beginning, everything is designed around us. And so unless you redesign your business, systemize it to change things around, there is no way you're going to go to 3 and 10. And so what we need to keep in mind here is then, okay, now that I have clarity on what I do, who I serve it, how I sell it, we start building systems that we can start delegating to other people. Now, the key thing here, and this is one of the things why it took me 3 years to build my team, was that I reached this place where I was somewhere around the 10K and like paying somebody out of my own pocket, taking an income hit just to spend 2 months training them so that they leave. It just felt like such a waste of time and money that I never really did it. And so the problem was that I was approaching it all wrong. And it was that I thought that I'm training somebody. I need to find that person. When in reality, what I needed to be focusing on was on building the systems and then training somebody to run the system. Not the other way that I need to find somebody that is going to figure out what to do here. No, I'm the expert. I build the area, I systemize it, and then I get somebody else to run it. And once I did this, everything changed, because it wasn't that this person, it's an idiot and they don't know what they're doing and so on. Is that my system is not good enough to get this person to perform. If I make sure that I hire somebody with the right mindset and attitude, then it was all about my system. So their non-performance was basically feedback that my system is not good enough. And the way I did this is I look into my structure. These are all the areas. Everything that was in red were things that I was doing. And then the green one was stuff that I had some freelancers helping me out. And I started little by little looking into each position and what exactly is required for this position to perform. And then eventually, little by little, I managed to replace myself where I was out of production, I was out of projects, and I had more of a managerial place where I'm still doing marketing and sales, but I already even delegated some of that stuff and I use software to scale myself. And so what I did was I developed systems that got people trained and got them to perform. Whenever we hire somebody, in the beginning was, okay, on the job, common sense, this person needs to learn a lot. It takes 6 months to get somebody ready. In the end, we had trainings for 3 weeks where we onboarded the person. We taught them exactly how to get to this level, and then they can start performing, and then they can start shadowing. And so we had processes to get people going. This is the role as a business owner. It is not a role to deliver the service. It is a role to build the systems. The entire business is our asset. Our customer is not the person that buys the service. Our customer is the person the company that may one day buy our entire business. Even if you want to sell or not, this is how we need to see it so that we can develop the systems required to have an asset that can deliver value without depending on us. And so we need to realize that customers buy the service. Now, as we start bringing employees, they buy the culture. So it's another product now that we're selling, and we need to have the systems for them to perform, to have purpose, to shine and grow within our company. And so that's problem number 4. So basically, what do we cover right now? We cover the 4 core problems that are holding businesses back, agencies back from scaling to 30K plus a month. And basically, all we do is just going over and improving these problems and making them less impactful, and so on. And so that's our role as we grow and focus. But this will never happen as long as we constantly solve a different problem, and if we constantly change the customer that we help, the problem that we solve for them. I understand that we are sometimes like, I don't know what my next customer is going to look like. I don't know what they're going to need. I need to have something for them. Well, it's time to be strategic also with our marketing and with our sales process so that we can control who is showing up next week and what is the problem that they have. And this is why we systemize our business. And so basically, the way that we solve these 4 mechanisms, these 4 problems, is with 4 mechanisms that we have developed, which is the result of my journey and what we now install in customers. And so what you need is what we call a productized signature offer, and that's what we cover already. Then we need a customer delight system to ensure that the experience is remarkable and they keep coming back. We need an expert positioning playbook. This is what we call our mechanism, our system to making sure that you are positioning yourself. All right, sorry about that. And so expert positioning playbook to make sure that your market is seeing you as the go-to expert, like the one that has the ideal solution for them. And lastly, we have what we call a 2-hour fulfillment system. When you have that onboarding, that training, that process to get people up to speed, and then you start giving them the roles, this is how you're able to remove yourself from client fulfillment. This is how you're able to stop trading time for money and go from earning based on your time to actually earning based on the systems that you have created and the efficiency of those systems and your capacity to drive more people through those systems. And I call it the 2-hour fulfillment system is because that's how long fulfillment was taking me when I was running the agency. And right now already I can see that some of our clients are on the way there with the most efficient one with just 5 hours a week. And that's because they haven't installed a project manager yet. And so does this work? Well, yeah, we have here a couple of case studies from different agency owners, and we have Johanna from Studio Arde, and they do branding. She has been in business somewhere about 3 years when we started working together, and she was also offering coaching and some courses. But what we were able to do was really package her expertise into a very unique signature offer that allowed her to position herself in the market and then starting to replace herself and build a team. And she was able to scale and bring down her hours to 5 hours a week, having a couple of students that are performing, following her systems, which increase her profit margins and allow her to take her time back to the point where things feel weird because the money is coming in and you've been so trained by hustling and working so many hours and thinking that, okay, this is the income I can make and so on. But once that changes and you earn based on systems, it's weird because you can earn more and still don't work more. And so that's how I was with Johanna. We have Anita that actually does documentation management. This is in for building of pharmaceutical factories. So very different space, not so creative, but she was able to have a signature offer that allowed her to win projects over 30-year-old companies with hundreds of employees because she was tailoring her solution to an ideal customer, to a particular situation, and is working. Everything, her whole business is designed for this. And one of the big things that I helped her with was she was thinking that she needed experienced experts to work in the field, because these are big multinationals, pharma companies, and so on. And in reality, once we had a training system and everything was clear, she was getting anybody with the right mindset, and actually people that were not coming from the industry were performing better, because the expert is going to come in with their own systems and their own processes. And so when you give them the role, they'll start changing things around the processes that you have in order for them to adapt things for them. Like, if you're an expert at what you do and I tell you how I want you to do things, you will not do them because you don't see value in doing it that way, because you have your own process. And so what you want here is really take people that are young, that are getting started, that have an idea and have the right attitude and are eager to learn, so that you train them on your systems. And same thing with Alex on the video space, that allow to give away editing, which is such a particular thing for video people to be part of what they do. And then next thing you know, he's having time to go and enjoy coffee, just film, the editor goes and takes over, and he had time for himself. And so these are the things that are happening. You see branding, video, documentation, UI, UX, design. We have content agencies as well. We have also positioning agencies in healthcare as well. Like, if you are an agency owner around the 10K mark and you do a done for you service and you want to scale and you want to do it with a small team that performs like you, then this will work for you. It's just a matter of seeing how fast can you implement things, how flexible you are, how defined are you by your business. I'm guessing if you're somewhere around the 10K mark and you're already around 3 years in, your self-worth is no longer defined by your business, because you had to go through many things to get to where you are now. And that is key, because if you want to submit and win a Cannes awards and you want every project to be custom and to be different, this will not work for you. This is, if you want to be a business owner, if your vision was to build a scalable business that would allow you to earn more while working less, and then being able to choose the projects that you want to be part of, then if you are in that place and this sounds like it, then this may work for you. I don't know yet. Like, what I recommend you is to join the wait list. Right now, our accelerator program is 101. And in order to keep the quality as high as possible, we are limiting capacity. So we are not taking more than 3 customers per group. And this program takes 3 months. And so that's how we have it. Therefore, we have a wait list. And then that way, when a spot opens up, we can let people know. We can give you all the details if it's matching your right timeline and so on. Then we can have a chat about it. And we give you a couple of bonuses and extra resources in order to already get to see how things work, better understand your situation. You start working on the processes on how to scale and so on. My name is Juan Guerra, and I'm really thankful for you that you made it this far. And if you enjoy this content, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can see more content as we put out now. We are trying to grow our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments. Happy to answer them, or send me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever is easier for you. But thank you for making it this far. I hope you found this useful. I've given you basically the journey and the process and the tools that I went through, the problems that I had to focus on solving and how I solved them. It took me about 4 years of trial and error and experimentation to get there. And I hope that then it doesn't take you that long. And if you want to accelerate the process, then join the waitlist and let's see if the accelerator may be the thing for you. You will find more information under that link. Just click the link in the description below. Cheers.